Hey everybody, it's Red here, back with another Chrono Legacy video. Thank you for joining me. Glad to have you. Today I wanted to talk with you about the dragons. Everybody loves dragons, right? I know I do. As you can see, I have a red dragon. My red dragon is level 99, T2, as you can see up at the top. My gold dragon, T3. I leveled up at level 100. I had to go to the next tier. In order to go to the next tier for a dragon, you need a very specific item. One of the places it can be found is in your weekly shop. There we go, it's called Dragon's Breath. Find it in your weekly shop once you reach VIP 5. If you don't already have that, and it doesn't look like you're going to have it soon, there we go, Battlefield Store. You can get one per, looks like day, if you can get 30,000 honor points. That is it. So, that's how you get those. Red dragon, gold dragon, green dragon. Green dragon became available during the semi-event, Simi. If you buy the pack, it actually gives you points for the blessing right here, 120 points on that scale. But this is about the dragon. First and foremost, we'll look at these skills. Gale Field says it's a buff and an AoE, so it's a buff for everybody on your team. At the start of the fight, the green dragon initiates a Gale Field lasting for 5. That will increase 60 attack speed for all allies within its range, while all ranged characters gain ×2 effect, effective before engagement. First, I believe that's 5 seconds. I would assume that they are missing a word there. Second, ranged characters, that is archers and mages and, anybody who isn't standing face to face with an enemy and can still attack them. Effective before engagement just means that the ×2 effect kicks in before you start the fight, so that you get the full ×2 for the entirety of the 5 seconds. So you get 120 instead of 60. Alright, skill 2. Wind's Blessing. Restores HP, and it is also an AoE, for effective for your whole team. After 8 seconds since the fight starts, restores 15% max HP for at least 3 friendly heroes. Permanently effective activation. So, that skill is effective immediately after you activate the dragon. Okay, that's what that's saying. 15% of max HP obviously will range depending on how much HP each hero has individually, but it works for 3 individual heroes. I don't know how it selects them, but it could be random. This is usually the T6 skill for the dragons, and I will explain that in a moment, but let's just go over the skill. Wind Boomerang, true damage, also an AoE. At the start of the fight, the green dragon grants Gale Strike to the ally ranged character with the highest attack, which makes it deal an additional damage of 200% of attack to all enemies when it casts a hero skill for the first time. It's a mouthful. If the enemy target has a shield, the percentage becomes 400%. Okay, so first thing. Some enemies start the match, and the first thing they do is they buff the entire team with a shield. In this instance, that's what it's talking about. It will double the effect. It will give you 400% as opposed to 200% of your attack. Now, what it's saying is that the ranged character with the highest attack, so like say my Temujin has 100 attack, and that's the highest. Okay. he'll be doing 300 damage, because that's 200% of 100. Okay, to all of the enemies when Temujin casts his skill for the first time. Okay, so when he does his ult, where he shoots all those bows or arrows, that skill will do 200% more damage, or 400% more damage if the enemy is shielded. And if you've seen him do that, you know that he jumps as he's ulting. If he gets the kill, he'll jump to the next line. So you're doing that much damage, there's a good chance that he will clear out an entire wave. You know, it's a decent buff. Let's go. Over to the red dragon. We'll take a look at him real quick. The red dragon deals damage of 20% max HP to all enemies. Each enemy takes up to 400,000 damage. This will take effect when deployed. That means that when this specific dragon is deployed, when he is active, that's when you get that skill effect. And it covers the entire stage area. If you have the gold dragon, you know that that only covers the center type squares, whereas this one will hit the outer rim as well. Dragon's Blessing. When a battle starts, 4 ally heroes obtain Dragon's Blessing to restore 20% of their maximum power, prioritizing allies with higher attack. So your 4 allies with the highest attack. So, I mean, like, I have a couple of mages, or even when I use my support, that aren't necessarily about the attack damage. They're about skill damage. So I wouldn't need that to hit them anyway. Okay. So let's see. Restore 20% of their maximum power. So that basically just starts your team off with a slight advantage, because all 4 of them have 20% power automatically from jump. It allows you to cast your skills a little quicker, get an advantage. Now this one's the one that requires T6. Dragonborn's Trial. When an ally hero's HP is below 30%, instantly restores 20% of his or her max HP and clears up the power of 2 enemy heroes. This effect can only be triggered once in battle. Now that's being said, it will completely wipe the power bar of 2 of your enemies. I don't know which 2. It could be random. It could be the top highest 2. I don't know. But it triggers one time in battle, and it's when your first ally hero's HP reaches 30% or lower. So your tank, typically, or if the assassin jumps back and starts knocking down a mage, this will restore 20% of their max HP and knock the power down of 2 enemies, which will probably end up being like the assassins who jump back and attack your mages. Right. Okay, let's see. Gold Dragon. Goldstone Circle. When the battle starts, Gold Dragon deals damage equal to 200% attack of the hero with the highest attack to all enemies within a 9 grid radius, and reduces their defense by 10% for 5 seconds. Now see, that's good that it takes the 10% defense off too. So if you're playing against a stage where everybody's bunched up in that 9 square grid, Gold Dragon may prove more beneficial if you're having an issue breaking the defenses of the tanks. Let's see. And where that one does 20% of max HP, which is pretty good because you can get the HP built pretty high with certain gears and stuff on your hero. So you build a tank to be high HP so he can withstand a lot of damage, and that's where the red dragons would come in. Where this one is of attack, so any hero with the highest attack, it will pick out. So if you stack your assassin with all the best gear and you level him up the most, this dragon will actually be more beneficial for you with that skill. When the battle starts, increases attack and defense of 2 heroes with the highest attack. Okay, again, with your assassins, so it increases both the attack and defense. If your assassin is stacked like that, there's a 10% attack and defense buff plus a defense reduction of the enemy. Okay, and then 5 seconds after the battle start, stuns the enemy with the highest attack for 2 seconds, which is super pivotal for things like, say somebody has their Xerxes stacked really well, and you get him. 5 seconds is a pretty quick amount. You get him to that point where he hits his immortality and you can't kill him because he's immune to death, and your dragon pops out and stuns him for 2 seconds. Or an assassin that's making light work of all your guys, but he's taking just enough damage to almost die, and then bam, 2 seconds, you got a chance. Anyway, that's the 3 dragons that are available currently. I like to switch between them, do how you do. The green one is definitely good for mages and stuff. Or if you don't have a healer, you know, instead of relying on a healer, you rely on your green dragon and you throw out an extra tank or an extra fighter. You know, those are, each situation is always going to be different.
So never assume that just because one dragon has AoE damager as opposed to an AoE buff, or does uh, damage over the whole map as opposed to some of it, he is better than the other dragons. They all have their own perks and benefits. Anyway, I thank you for watching. I hope that you found this informational. Like, share, subscribe, do what you do. But whatever you do, have yourself a fantastic day.